Hey everybody, Travis and Nikki here from wallsofyourcave.com, coming at you after night 3 of Randall's Island. It has been a fantastic weekend. We had a blast, and last night, in addition to being an incredible show, was a very special show for us, Nikki.
Yes, it was a special show for me, seeing how it was my 300th show, which is that's pretty exciting for me. It's been, my first show was $12,799, so it's kind of late, but it's still, my 300 was a very landmark show for me, and it was fun because we actually did the rail all the way up from the side, so which isn't a common thing for us, but it worked out really, really well.
Yes, it did.
And it was fun to be all the way up there, and I thought it was an incredible show for my 300, so I was happy.
300 times doing the same band is something that no reasonable person should ever do.
No, not really. I would have to definitely say it's an addiction. But hey, it's a safe addiction.
Safe addiction.
It's a safe addiction.
Relatively speaking, and it's an awful lot of fun, and can't think of anything else I'd rather do.
Pretty much.
Find the most fun thing in the world and do it all over again. That's what we do.
Yeah, right.
So anyways, Trey came out tonight and he's like, I guess I need business, let's open with Sand. Oh.
Yeah, it started out with that really high energy, exciting stuff, because I don't think they played Sand yet.
No, that was the first Sand.
It was the first Sand, so that was really exciting that they were playing it, and it was just so like, oh, okay, so this is how it's gonna be for today, and so I thought that was great, and then they went into Winter Queen right after, which I thought was a little strange, just simply the energy of the two songs.
Yes, interesting.
Were very different.
Interesting placement, but very, very well played.
Well played. It was beautiful.
Sand brought the dirty, dark, fiery smut, and Winter Queen brought the happy bliss.
Yes, the happy bliss.
Nice contrast. Great 1-2 punch to open the show, I thought. Really, really nice way to get things started. And I really thought we were going to be in for a treat for the first set.
And then and then there was Reba, but the reason... Yeah, the Reba was incredibly beautiful, but I don't think he intended to play the Reba. Everybody on Page Side Rail was screaming for it.
Yes, by request.
By request. So I think the reason why they actually played Reba was because of that.
Of course, it was Trey even said it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was beautiful. Although I might prefer the spec version but beautiful. We always love to hear Reba.
Yeah.
Birds with a Feather didn't do a whole lot for me. Just sort of was there. No real improv to speak of. Nice little.
I love Birds.
Like,
I think it's a great song.
Sometimes it wasn't a great song.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes it goes way out there. It did not yesterday, but for some reason I was really feeling it.
It reminded me a little bit of the Free in the first set from Saturday night. It was a great song, interesting placement. But
well played.
Yeah, well played, but didn't really have anything to sink teeth into.
Water in the Sky, Possum, Jim, Bouncin', Maze.
Maze was
good. Maze was really good. But for me, the highlight of the entire first set had to have been the Melts. The Melt for me has been really, really doing it. Like, the Melt even from SPAC was incredible, but the Melt from last night I thought was really, really good.
Yes, it was.
It was dark, and it was, like, very intricate.
Yeah, tough to say which one was better. I mean,
I think they were different but similar.
They were both similar styles, but different takes on them, and very evil and ambient and dark.
Oh, he was doing so
undanceable, arrhythmic.
Yeah, there was no way you could even dance to it. It was one of those that you had to just kind of sit there and take it.
Yeah, sit there and take it.
Sit there and take it. But and that was a good thing.
Yes. Ugly music from Trey.
Yeah.
All right, so Melt was a fantastic way to end the set.
Always becoming my favorite.
And so let's check out the poster. This is panel number 3 of James Slane's Triptych. And on this we got the drums and the keys. We got a little squirrel there who's ready to pound the skins. We got a little bunny rabbit crawling out of there, and the cat is getting evil on the keyboards. Another great panel here.
Paige is the cool cat.
Again, we talked about it a lot, but I dig the cartoony thing, and I dig the band's gear in the posters. And
I really like the band's gear
Yeah.
in the poster. That's actually my favorite part of these posters, is that it really encapsulates the band. It's not like kind of randomly interesting art, which I also love. But I think it's fun that it's actually all their instruments in the posters.
Yep.
I think the animals are weird, but it seems like we're on an animal kick anyway with all the other posters. And, like even with the SPAC posters, it seems like we're all about like woodland animals.
I thought it was a little weird, woodland forest theme for shows that are happening in the middle of the biggest city in the world, but hey.
SPAC, it made more sense. SPAC made more sense because it was in the middle of this beautiful, beautiful park. But, I don't know. I'm kind of strange. It is kind of strange that they kept it. But anyway.
I also, I was joking about posters with a buddy of mine last night after the show, and we were talking about triptychs, and, now a triptych means the three panels of poster art. Back in the olden days when we used to go on tour, a triptych was the thing you got from AAA with the directions lines. Somebody made you a map with a highlighter so you could find your way from like Denver to Salt Lake City or whatever.
And I guess this isn't really directing us anywhere, but
how tour has changed.
Yeah.
Remember touring with us? Cell phone.
Yeah, walkie-talkies. Surrender the flow and maps, and that's it. That's how we got there.
Don't forget the directions from PHiSH Tickets by Mail that were right like 60 or better percent of the time.
Yeah.
Anyways, on to set 2, which was my favorite set of the weekends. They really left it all on the stage. I had a feeling they were going to bring the house down in set 2 on Sunday night, but boy, did they ever deliver. We got started with a huge chalk test. This was long. I did not see a time, but may have been the longest jam so far.
I think it was 17 minutes.
Only 17? Really?
Maybe no. Maybe not.
I don't know.
Maybe not. I didn't clock it. I think I just remembered.
Who cares about time? Very ambient. I thought it was a little bit less thematic than the very extended version from Philadelphia. It covered a lot of territory, but. I don't think it ever really found like the direction that it needed to go in. It was great and it was really interesting, and most of all, I love when PHiSH takes a huge risk and tries to do something incredible. And even if it doesn't always work out for the best, much rather have them try and not succeed than not try at all.
That's the most fun part about it, is to actually seeing. Sometimes it doesn't work, and sometimes it's kind of like, all right, what are you doing? But they're playing with it, you know, and they're playing with it and figuring out what works and what doesn't work, and it was really incredible when it worked.
Yes, and
it did work.
There was a lot of points of the chalk test that worked, and overall it was a terrific version, and we love hearing PHiSH explore and take risks.
Definitely.
Next up, we had Light, another very exploratory song. I had a pretty good feeling that Light was coming, and that set it was really due up, and.
And then kind of after the chalk dust and having them be so exploratory with the chalk dust, it was kind of like a given that they were gonna go to Light and do the same exact thing. And they did, and there's gosh, that tease in there, it's killing me because it's like on the tip of your tongue, you know the song, but you can't figure out exactly what song it is. I mean, I know PHiSH.net is trying to say that it's St. Thomas by Sonny Rollins, but we're not fully convinced.
We're not fully convinced. It's going to take a couple of re-listens. I knew it was recognizable at the show last night. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. But regardless of what song they were teasing, it was fantastic. Especially, again with Light, I felt like it took them a little bit, like it typically does with Light. It took them a little bit to find the groove, but man, they found it in the end. It was blissful. Gorgeous, wonderful. Absolutely loved it. The last chunk there at the Light was one of the highlights of the weekend. Mm-hmm. But the real highlight of the weekend for me was up next with Tweezer. Oh my god. I don't even know
really what you can say about that Tweezer, but we gotta sum up.
It was relentless and just flowing more hose. The hose was open as wide as it was all weekend, and watering all of us. You could just see it was the magic flowing through from wherever it comes from and put out through the band members out to us. It was wonderful. It was why I do this, why I love this band so much. If you ever wonder why does Travis love PHiSH this much, listen to this Tweezer. That's the reason. That's the answer.
That's true. And Monica, I really like Monica, and this is the first time that I was able to actually dance and pay attention to Monica, because it always seems like there's things going on around me, and I thought it was really fun. It was so fun. I danced so hard to that, and it was just like, it's Monica, but like, it's very high energy. It's like really fun to dance to, I think.
Yeah.
But
I also thought the
liked
Velvet Sea before was incredibly well placed.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Reminded me of my all-time favorite
I needed
Tweezer.
it.
Which, my all-time favorite Tweezer is from Raleigh on 12/16/99. And they played Velvet Sea right after that Tweezer. Or right before that Tweezer. Yeah. So, Velvet Sea right after
Go
the
both
Tweezer.
ways.
Just goes both ways. With Velvet Sea and Tweezer. But so I was sort of thinking about that. I also thought that Tweezer last night had some parts that were reminiscent of that 12/16/99 Tweezer, which is maybe my favorite piece of PHiSH improvisation ever, with my lone favorite Tweezer. Anyways, so I was sort of thinking about that and remembering the good old days. And we closed the set with Slave to the Traffic Light.
Yeah.
Another one that, I think everybody saw coming, but, man, he just hit it out of the park again. It was so beautiful.
It was so beautiful. The thing that stood out for me the most for that Slave is it felt like halfway through the jamming part, it was like Trey just completely changed his tone on his guitar altogether. And it just made this incredible sound that it was just like, it was different. It was the same, but different. You know what I mean? It was just really, I liked it a lot.
It was gorgeous, flawless playing, full cohesive band, just, building. I love the way they're, just adding on layers so patiently and, building it up until you can't take it anymore and then making it explode all over the place. That's what PHiSH does best.
So then we had the encore where we did backwards down the number line.
Counting down the number line.
Number line. So I thought it was very appropriate. I liked it. I thought it was really, really appropriate for me.
Absolutely.
It was kind of like,
probably played just for Nikki.
Of course.
Trey knew.
Of
I'm
course.
sure.
Everybody knew.
Probably has nothing to do with the fact that Number Line is Trey's favorite song in the world and he'll playing it over and over and over and over again. And of course, sending us off into the night with the best show closing rock anthem that exists, Tweezer Reprise. The place went fucking ballistic when they started playing it. People were jumping up and down, launching themselves off things.
I didn't break the rail today, though. Surprisingly, during the reprise, I had enough space where I could actually go backwards instead of have to.
I didn't break anything either, except for maybe like some of
my head. Yeah, right.
What a fantastic show.
It was a fantastic show. I think on paper it looks a little funny, so if you weren't there and you're just looking at the set list, I think it looks a little off. It looks very disjointed, I think. But if you were there, it really was a stellar show.
It really was.
It really was.
And again, another
6-song
second set, just like Saturday night. Can't complain about that. Tons of improvisation, hose open, Again, this is what we love about this band. Tonight was perfect. And the weekend as a whole was great. I was really impressed. The playing was very consistent the whole time. There was, there was at least one incredible standout moment of improv in every show. They did a great job getting through a whole bunch of great songs from the catalog.
There's a bunch of repeats, but I don't really care. Who cares? They're all played so well. But I mean,
if you're worried about hearing the same songs over and over again, maybe you shouldn't go see them 300 times.
Whatever. Good point. But it doesn't matter because they're all just so unique that it has been not even a problem for me.
Absolutely.
I think the weekend was great. I think all of the shows were really good. I think the first sets were a little mellower. I think it took them a little bit to get into the first sets, but once the second sets kicked in, I really thought that was really where it was at.
Yeah, probably, something to do with. I just think it's weird when PHiSH plays when it's early and light outside, which may have had something to do with the first sets feeling not quite all the way in the groove. But there was certainly no bad playing. It just didn't feel like it could get to the levels that they hit in all 3 second sets, really, in the first sets. Although there was plenty of good stuff, Song I Heard the Ocean Sing from the other night, and Sand, and Reba melt.
Yeah, I think overall it was great. I think it was a great weekend. Not very excited about the venue. I really would rather not see them play that venue again.
Yeah.
Especially seeing it smells like a sewer plant.
Kind of not what I want.
Not my favorite venue, but
that's all right.
It was okay if they like it and they played it. They like the way they played it this time. I mean, I'm happy to pretty much go wherever they want to play. So
we do pretty much go wherever they play. So if they play there again, we'll be back. But you know, I would sort of prefer not. Thumbs down on Randall's Island, the venue. Thumbs up on Randall's Island, the music, and that's what we're there for.
And that's all that matters. That's really all that matters. So.
All right, so we got a day off. We got a decent drive out to Canandaigua, where we're gonna get to go to a great venue that I'm really excited about. We got a couple of off the radar shows coming up with Canandaigua and Detroit in the middle of the week. Maybe not quite as in the fishy hotbed markets like say Saratoga and New York City are. So you know, hopefully we'll get some of those special shows that they tend to drop on those midweek shows that people skip and don't put a lot of focus on.
I think so. I think Canandaigua is gonna blow up. I really do. I truly do.
They're playing so well right now that you know every show is a can't miss in my opinion.
Anything can happen at this point. Anything can happen.
All right. Stay safe out there. You know, drive careful if you're going out to these shows this week. I do suggest quitting your job to go, by the way. Tip from me. Quit your job, go see PHiSH. All right, everybody. We had a blast at Randall's Island. We love New York City. Living just enough for the city. See you next time.